Hello everyone, Matteo here, welcome back in my garage. Thanks again for watching. I have here the RCX10 scalecrawler from Amewi. It's the Pro version. The same truck is also available in a basic version. This is cheaper but has less features. Here on the side the features of this Pro version truck are explained. Lockable differentials in the front and rear axle. The dampers with rubber socks. These are the servos for locking the diffs by remote control. Also a lot of metal parts are included in the Pro version. The metal side rails of the chassis. A lot of gears are made in metal. This is the metal motor mount. The differential in the rear axle. The truck is equipped with a 2-speed transmission, metal drive shafts, and it has universals in the front and rear axle. Here you can see the axle portals for more ground clearance. The steering linkage is equipped with a damper to protect the servo. Included is a 6-channel radio system and the high torque steering servo with metal gears. The truck is available in different colors with wheels or chains. I have here the military body with wheels. Here in this box is the transmitter. It is the same remote control that is used also on other RTR trucks. It has 6 channels, so it works well with the additional functions of these scale crawlers. These are the parts for the cage on the flatbed. And an instruction manual and parts list is also included. The wheels are not installed, and the truck holds with 2 zip ties. The wheels are separately packed in this box. The rims are beadlocks made in plastic. And the tires feels good, soft, and the tread has a realistic look. The body holds in front with 2 magnets and at the rear with a hinge, so the body can be easily flipped up. The electronic speed controller is a Hobbywing Quickrun 1060. It can be handled up to 3S LiPos. This is the 550 brushed motor. The gearbox is pretty big. This is the servo for the 2-speed transmission. These 2 servos are for the diff locking function. And this is the battery holder, large enough for various batteries. Here you can see the very strong motor plate and the slipper clutch. And here in this box the receiver is installed and so good protected. The dampers have an internal spring, are filled with oil, and the piston is covered with a rubber sock. At the rear and in front is a 4-link suspension installed. As you can see, the links and drive shafts are made in metal. Here you can see the portal axles, installed in front and at the rear. The steering servo sits on the front axle and this is the damper on the linkage. This protects the steering servo from shocks. Now I screw on the wheels. Now I insert 4 AA batteries into the transmitter and turn it on. The blue light indicates it's ready. Now I install a 3-cell LiPo battery and turn on the ESC. Steering works. And the motor also. Now I'm going to test the 2-speed gear shift. I push this switch and the servo changes the gears. This function works perfect. Now the diff locking. As you can see, the diffs are unlocked now. I push these 2 buttons and the rear and front axle is now locked. I push again and now the diffs are open again. Also, this feature works great. The ESC can be programmed via these 2 jumpers. I removed the rear one to get the ESC into crawler mode. So it has a drag brake and goes directly from forward to reverse. Now let's check the appearance. It looks not bad, it's something like a Land Cruiser 70. I like the matte finish, but I think the body needs some minor improvements. The first problem are the matte coated windows. It seems as they have oversprayed the matte coat over the whole body without masking the windows. To solve this, we can wipe off the matte paint on the windows. Tommy offers body cleaner for this, or Carson calls it painkiller. If you don't have these products, you can also use nail polish remover. But be careful stealing that from your wife. This work needs a bit of time and patience, but the result is very good. Here you can see the difference. As you can see, now the windows are clear. Next, I like to get this rear bed in black, so I mask everything around. Now it's ready for the paint job. This is done and I can remove the maskings. As next, I can install the rear cage. This is included on the military versions of the truck. The rods holds by small screws. I think this really improves the look of the truck. Unfortunately, the front lights are only stickers and everything is overpainted and no light buckets are installed. At the rear it is better. There are light buckets integrated in the rear bumper. First, as you can see here, I cut out the stickers in a round shape. And I have removed the ink and matte coat with the same painkiller as I used before on the windows. Now I'm going to use these light buckets I had left from a light bar. I glue them on from the inside with Shugu glue. And also the LEDs are glued in now and installed at the rear. Here you can see how it looks with the lights on. Not perfect, but better as nothing. Now I add some body lines with a fine permanent paint marker. This works good on this body because it has deep grooves, so the pen follows easily the line. And as last, of course, I will add a driver figure. As always, I use the same method and driver figure from Tamiya. Here you can see it's installed on the inside with strong tape. So I have added some scale details on the rear bed and it's finished. In my opinion, it looks good now and it's ready for a first tour on the trails. Soon I will do this and make a running video. Stay tuned to see this and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please give me a thumbs up for this video if you liked it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.